In the beginning, Yah formed Adam from the dust and breathed life into him. Then he built the woman from Adam's own side, not as lesser, but as the dwelling where life would continue. She was the gate, the temple, the receiver of instruction, the living system that would carry life forward. So when the serpent, or Nahash in Hebrew, sought to corrupt creation, he went straight to the gate. Adam carried the command, but Eve carried the capacity to replicate. If the serpent could rewrite her code, the corruption would spread to every generation that followed. He didn't attack by force, he attacked by word. In Hebrew, word is davar, the same word used when Yah said, "Let there be." Every davar, or word, is an executable command. Once spoken, it runs. In the language of code, Yah's Torah is the original source program, a perfect set of living instructions. Each command tells the system how to function in harmony with its creator. But the serpent slipped in a virus, a line of altered code that looked true but changed the outcome. He said, "You shall be as gods." That was the malware, self-rule, independence, the illusion that the program could run itself. When Eve listened, she downloaded that new instruction. She became the first terminal to execute the corrupted code. Then she passed it to Adam, and the whole system crashed. The light dimmed, and the garden, once an open network between heaven and earth, went offline. But before the breach, Adam was the firewall. Yah had given him the original command, the protective code. Genesis 2, verses 16 through 17. And Yah Elohim commanded the man, saying, "Of every tree of the garden you may freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat of it. For in the day that you eat thereof, you shall surely die." His task was to guard the garden, to filter what entered the system. In the temple later, that same Hebrew word, shamar, meaning to guard or keep, describes the priests standing watch at the gates. But when the serpent spoke, the firewall stayed silent. Instead of blocking the intrusion, Adam allowed the transmission to pass through unfiltered. The security protocol failed. Only when Adam ran the same code did the entire system collapse. From that moment on, the firewall had to be rebuilt in every generation. The priests guarding the tabernacle, the prophets warning Israel, and finally, every heart learning to discern between Yah's voice and the serpent's counterfeit. But even in the breach, Yah wrote recovery code into the program. Genesis 3, verse 15. "I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed, and she shall crush your head, and you shall strike her heel." That's the restoration program, the Zerah Emet, the true seed that will overwrite the corrupted line, because Yah's Torah still runs. Isaiah 55, verses 10 through 11. As the rain comes down and waters the earth, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goes forth from my mouth. It shall not return void. Every heart is soil. Every word we receive is a line of code. And every day we choose which program to execute, the serpent's counterfeit or Yah's living word that restores the garden. Yah never abandoned his design. Through every age, he preserved a remnant, those who still carried the uncorrupted code in their DNA. They are the ones Isaiah spoke of, Isaiah 58:12. "And they that shall be of you shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations, and you shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of paths to dwell in." The breach was open in Eden, a tear in the connection between heaven and earth. The repairers are those who reconnect the circuit, who guard the gates, who clear out the malware of mixture and idolatry and let the pure flow of Torah run again. They are Yah's restoration program, rebuilding the firewall, restoring the paths, reestablishing the garden network on earth. And when the remnant stands in their place, purified, faithful to Yah only, and awakened, the system begins to hum again. The garden reconnects, the code runs true, and the dwelling is restored. In every circuit and every living thing, there's a rhythm, on and off, light and dark, 1 and 0. All creation still runs on that pulse. Programmers call it binary, but the prophets knew it as oneness. Deuteronomy 6 verse 4. Hear, O Israel, Yah our Elohim, Yah is one. Every word of Yah's Torah is living code. Every command, a spark of light running through the system of creation. And when the remnant rise to repair the breach and return to Yah only, all creation will run perfectly on that single truth. Yah is one.